Hey, good day, everybody. Today is Thursday, and it's the last Thursday of the month. And what that means is that we have the opportunity this evening to listen to some really amazing music from the Moon and You. They are an acoustic duo, Melissa Hyman and her partner, and Janie, our projects manager, absolutely loves the Moon and You, and I cannot wait to hear them with you. And we also have a visual artist whom we are sponsoring. Her name is Terrilynn Debreuil. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. And she does visual art. And right now she was working on pastels, and there are simply stunning work. And so we really hope you enjoy the evening. And we miss you. We love you. We are in love with Asheville, and we wish you all well and health and safety. And see you this evening. As you can see, it's Thursday morning, and I'm looking forward to a good day of work and helping clients and spending the evening with you all. And so let's go. Let's have a good evening. Pour a glass of wine. Get a nice juice. Family friendly. Please have your kids enjoy. And we love you, Asheville. Thank you. Bye.
Hello there. We are the Moon and You from right here in West Asheville, North Carolina.
How's it going?
Great to see ya. This is Ryan Furstenberg over
This
here.
is Melissa Hyman, and off screen doing the camera work is Bella the dog.
That's right, our dog Bella. We are very happy today and very tickled to be playing for the Rouleau Real Estate Group. We're so happy to be invited to be part of this concert series, this virtual online concert series. Rouleau Real Estate Group is located at 866 Haywood Road here in West Asheville, right in our neighborhood. They're next to the 103.3 Asheville FM radio station, and they are a boutique real estate firm servicing all mountain areas, including Boone and Blowing Rock, and down into Hendersonville and Waynesville. And we hope that you love the music today, and if you do, you can send us a tip on Venmo at Melissa-Hyman, that's at MELISSA-HYMAN. And then you could also go with PayPal at paypal.me/themoonandyou. That's our band name, The Moon and You. Or you can find us on Cash App. Do a little $ symbol and then The Moon and You. Thank you so much.
Here's a song we wrote about traveling. It's called Endless Summer. Hiding out in the underpasses, running on all fours, chase me through the tall grasses, Eleanor. You know you got my tongue, I never hide away with words. I think on my feet, you know what I mean. Roll on, burning in the endless sun. What you want, you've already got. Going nowhere, you know I will be right beside you, chasing down like 77. Spinning round in circles, never stuck in place too long. Washing Kansas dust burn out wild along. We're howling at the moon, they're hissing in the night. You make it hurt on the string, you know what I mean. Roll on, burning in the endless sun. What you want, you've already got. Going nowhere, you know I will be right beside you, chasing down that setting sun.
Terrilynn. Thank you for joining us
Hi,
tonight.
Stephanie. Thank you.
You've got your beautiful artwork behind you. I'm
I've
so
got
excited to see it.
kind of new one. This is something I'm working on. So
Awesome. Okay, so let's start with maybe your background in art, or maybe what inspires you. Just a little bit about you so that we can get to know you a little bit.
yeah, sure. I'm originally from Maine. I started traveling when I was like 17 and went to South America and through Europe, and I've done a lot of that. For my degree in college, I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in painting and drawing. And then I took a number of master's courses in fine arts, considering getting my master's. But the summer I was going to take some courses, it was a choice between taking those courses or traveling again. So I decided to travel.
Cool.
So, yeah. And my mother was actually a watercolor painter. And I've been teaching art for well over 30 years, from anywhere from first graders all the way through adults. And just love it. I've taught all sorts of media, photography, painting, watercolor, pastel, oil, and clay, pottery, all those things. So I've focused now on pastels.
Pastels.
About
Okay.
3
That's
years
what
ago.
I've seen the most of from you. Your
Yeah, 3 years ago I was in France, and I had taken watercolor and pastel with me because they're easiest to travel with. And as I was doing the pastel, I just realized it's so immediate and fresh and exciting to me. This makes me happy. So I'm going to stick with this for a while.
Awesome.
When we play shows, I like to drink tea out of a giant mug.
Sometimes I like to get her to share that tea with me. Thank you.
Of course. I'm always happy to share the tea.
Here's one. Next song we'll play is one by Melissa called "Dress of Your Own." It's off of our first album.
White light, let's sing.
And it goes a little something like this.
A little like this.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Don't you have dresses of your own to wear? You try on someone else's and the people all stare. Take your time, take mine for all I care. But don't you have a dress of your own? Your mama and your papa had a dancing bear, rode a motorcycle all around the public square. Left you $47 and an easy chair. Now you sit and wait to get old. Don't you recognize yourself? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just like everybody
else. Don't you
recognize yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Just a picture on a shelf.
Your sister and your brother went to Charlottetown, down in Carolina, trying to turn your head around. But you fell in both the line about a barroom gown. Now you didn't have the time to come home. Now don't you have a living of your own to make? You tried on someone else's, but it just didn't pay. Take your time, but you only get so many mistakes. Now don't you have a life of your own?
yourself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A picture on a shelf.
How about Currituck County Moon?
Okay, here's one about, I'm from eastern North Carolina, so this is about a county down there. Just about drinking on a pier.
Drinking on a pier. Who doesn't love that? Gosh.
Goes a little like this.
You say that for everything.
Maybe.
And it goes a little something like this.
Butter knife, shave, and a hand so fat. Everywhere you go, everybody laughs. Everything you say, nobody takes it seriously. Now you iron your jeans, tuck in your shirt, shine your shoes, put your money to work. People start clapping before you even speak. 47 now cut, now you comb your hair. Dreaming about Topeka when you're stuck in Delaware. But I'm just drinking on a pier beneath the Currituck County Moon. Well, she's a sawed-off shot, but I'm a bloody nose. When I taste her fingers and I tickle all her toes. We're worn out, welcome, it's why we get around. Your feet are always moving and I want to keep you down. 47 dollar comb, now you cut your hair. Dreaming about Topeka, now you cuddle up a Claire. But I'm just singing soft songs beneath the Currituck County Moon. Girl. $47 cut, now you comb your hair. Speaking in your preacher voice and drinking out of care. But I'm just laughing with the fish beneath the Currituck County Moon. Alright.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Bella.
Bella's roaming around. We'll give you a little,
Peek later.
yeah, a little peek at old Bella.
Let's do a song you sing.
Sure.
Maybe Diamonds?
Yes. So this is another one off that same album, A White Light That Sings. I wrote this not too long after Ryan here and I got together. It's about priorities. Diamond, roses, who needs them? Keeping it splashy.
Let's see, what's next? So teaching, let's talk about what you do as an art teacher and what you're doing right now, what you've done in the past, maybe your favorite thing about teaching.
Oh gosh, it's working with people and seeing them grow and discover their own abilities, or just the joy of doing art. A lot of people come and say like, I can't do art, I can't draw a stick man or a straight line. It's like, well, no, you don't want to, you know? And I've learned over the years how to guide them through to get them to do that. For instance, right now I am doing an online Zoom class, and it's called Drawing for the Absolute Beginner. These ladies knew nothing. It happened to be all ladies that signed up. And within a couple of weeks, I had them drawing a simple dog and houses, and they're getting excited about it. And that's what I love. I started out teaching when my children were little. I have 2 girls. That's partly why I'm down here. One moved down here with my grandson, and my other one's in Maine with my granddaughter, which I haven't seen for 6 months. It's driving me crazy.
Oh no, that little blonde grandson is so cute.
I know, I can't wait for him and Henry to actually get together. Yeah.
Her grandson is about the same age as my oldest son.
Yes, yes.
So
Very similar personality. I know. So I started when my kids were little teaching adult ed, because it was something I could do in the evening when my husband came home from work and we were always somebody home with the kids. It developed that through a after-school rec program into teaching high school art, as well as continuing the adult ed. And I developed, for the last high school I worked for, a huge program. It went from 10 kids from the previous teacher to over half the school was in my art class. And so many of them went on to get their degrees in art. And it's so exciting to still be able to have something like online media like Facebook, where I can follow them and see them continue to grow. So it's so exciting. Yeah. And right now I'm teaching, this early spring in February, I taught at the Asheville Art Museum. I thought that was kind of nice. I've done a lot of demos and small workshops for pastel societies here in North Carolina and in Maine, and plein air groups. And right now I'm doing that Zoom group. So I want to continue that. And I'm working on getting better at my tech skills, which I'm not too shabby at anyway, but they need improvement for sure.
Yeah, everyone had a learning curve, I think.
Exactly. We had a meeting yesterday with pastel artist teachers from around the United States. There was about a dozen of us.
Like a club?
Well, not really. I mean, it's just the people that do workshops and get paid to travel one place to another.
Wow.
And it was exciting. And they're all trying to learn how to either teach via Zoom or make YouTube videos. And I feel the people like this are a little bit ahead of the curve right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we hope wherever you are, you're doing well.
Yeah.
Making it through this crazy time.
Yeah.
We've been busy just playing music, and usually we travel a lot, so it's been nice to homestead.
I know, we're getting
Enjoy this domestic
homey.
lifestyle.
Yes.
Got our garden going, and learning how to cook all types of new things. Melissa's got a sourdough starter.
I got a sourdough starter, y'all. Me and everybody else.
Yeah, but you're making some good use of it. I've had sourdough pancakes, sourdough pizza, sourdough
muffins,
sourdough smoothies.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. We're not there yet.
We're not going to do that. That sounds really gross.
Well, those have all been original songs. Here's a cover. I like this song a lot, and then I found out my grandpa, he used to be a
radio DJ.
Yeah, he was a country music DJ by the moniker of Hillbilly Harold. He used to love this song too, so I like to play it even more now. It's by Hank Williams. It's called You Win Again. You can take the first one?
Sure.
1, 2, 1. The news is out. this heart of mine could never see what everybody knew but me. Just trusting you was my great sin. I let you stay. You went again.
Take it back.
I'm sorry for your victim now. Could turn his head like mine will bow. Well, he'll give his heart, put all in vain. And someday say you win again. You have no heart, you have no shame. You take true love and give the blame. Well, I guess that I could not complain. I love you still. You win again. I love you still. You win again.
Hillbilly Harold.
Hillbilly Harold, that one's for
Legend.
him.
Mists of March. This one I actually did in a workshop with one of my favorite pastel teachers. It was at the end of the week of the workshop, and I was just flowing. And this one came out in like 15 or 20 minutes. It just,
Wow.
and then she reminded me, because you've done this in a workshop, you cannot submit this to any competitions, any national. No. So I was like, all right, well, I have it. It's hanging in my room right now, and I like it. And again, it's different colors. It's that kind of sea blue green with that soft lavender purple and the just loose lines. I like a combination and a balance of some realism so people can relate to it, but also somewhat impressionistic and expressionistic.
Yeah.
So I like changing those things up. That's kind of fun. The next one is What Lies Beyond. And this is a field that I happened to go into a park down in Hendersonville when I was first here. And I didn't know the area. I'm just driving around wherever. And I had some prepared paper that I had made. And I take these boards and I take pumice gel and I take a rough bristle brush and brush it on very loosely and prepare this rough surface. And you can't control this surface. So between you and the painting, it's always kind of a partnership and a playfulness, because I would put some strokes down and the paper's like, no way, we're going to do this because of the brush strokes in it. And that was kind of neat.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it took some work, but I wanted that feeling of going up one field, passing through this small area between some trees into the next field and the mountain beyond. And right now in COVID, I always want to feel about like what lies beyond what we're doing now.
Right.
So that one's kind of symbolic to me. Reams Creek Falls, I put in, we have a great plein air group here in Asheville, led by a wonderful woman. And it's a great group. It has about 400 people, but normally about 20 or 30 people show up on a good day. And sometimes we'll hike into the mountains or we'll go to different locations and all paint together. Watercolorists, pastelists, oil painters, everyone.
Wow.
And we get to share, and that's the way I learned about a lot of local artists and got to make a lot of friends when I first moved down here. The arts community here in Asheville is so supportive, and so they're just great people. And it's been great for me to move down because I'd never lived outside of Maine. I've traveled and lived for months at a time in other countries, but I'd never lived outside of Maine. When I got my North Carolina driver's license, I'm like, this is really weird. But I did it, and I do love it here. This guy here behind me a little bit, I don't know if you can see him, I won't hold him up much. He's called Acquiescence, and he has a lot of vertical brush strokes on, or pastel strokes on him. But what caught me was his eye. I really worked on his eye and set that other side back. It's, he's gentle, he's lived a life. I love doing portraits and trying to bring out more personality than the actual, necessarily not exactly what the person looks like, but their personality or some emotion. And him, he's kind of acquiesced to life the way it's been. He's somewhat satisfied. He's also kind of worn down. So it's all of these things going on. And those vertical strokes just gave it that rain-washed feel of age and life. And it's interesting. That one was fun. I think that's it for those. So
Okay.
So nice. I feel very lulled.
Well, what would you like to play next?
How about we mentioned earlier that we might sing a song in Spanish.
Yeah.
Should we try Mar y Cielo?
Yeah. We learned this. This is a Mexican traditional song, but we learned it from a band out of LA called La Santa Cecilia. Who, speaking of, this weekend was Leaf.
Yeah.
We saw them at Leaf, I guess last fall.
Yeah.
Melissa, I've never seen her do this, but she stood right in front of the subwoofer. And I was hanging out for her a minute, but I just couldn't take it.
Yeah, I love this band so much.
But check them out; they're amazing. And what's the album called?
Amar y Vivir,
Okay.
which means to love and to live. And La Santa Cecilia is the name of the band, and you can remember it by
Santa
Claus, and Cecilia, the song by Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Saint Cecilia is the patron saint of music. That's, I think, how they got their name. All right, let's try this. It's been a minute.
1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Que siente amor, tanto lo mando yo. No María Cielo.
Try it again.
I had a brain fart. Where are we going? Oh María Cielo. me get back on the horse there.
Yeah, the horse just has to keep going, you know what?
That horse gotta keep on galloping. El caballo.
Is that a horse?
In Spanish.
Okay. El caballo?
Caballo.
Caballo.
With a C.
Okay.
As an artist, what does the artistic process do for you personally? What does it give you?
Ooh, this is interesting. It fulfills me in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm the first to admit, I love a lot of my paintings. I keep a number of myself. I sell them and people love them, but they don't always come out great. They're not all masterpieces. So for me, it's not the product anymore, it's the process. So as I am painting, I almost move into this other realm where I try to just let myself go and let what I call the creative spirit to flow through me. So it's not all on my shoulders. You know, the spirit has a partnership in this and they better do their job too.
Yeah.
And it's all on the edge of a spiritual experience. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's intense.
I know. But it really is. But I don't want to seem too, geeky or anything. But it just
let the geek fly. That people know who we are. We'll fit right in.
it makes me happy. And then sometimes when I get thinking too much, oh, is somebody gonna? I used to for years have a little guy on my shoulder that like, this isn't gonna sell. Nobody's gonna like this, And it's taken me a while to get him off my shoulder. Yeah. And I don't know what that came from. Probably from institution, art school, where we had to be all being judged all the time.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much gone. And I just want to do it because I enjoy doing it. And the ones that flow the best are always my best paintings.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The ones I try hard on don't necessarily come out that good.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yes.
The whole psychological aspect to that. One thing that freed me up, there's a book by Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. And she has one called Big Magic. And it's about being creative for writers, actors, musicians, artists, everyone. And she has a lot of little quotes in there that really help us to, find that good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. So.
It does sound spiritual, like religious,
It's kind of, you lose yourself in the painting for a while.
Yeah.
Not in the painting the thing, but the process of it.
Yeah.
And that is, I think that's somewhat spiritual. You disconnect, and especially in COVID and everything right now, and isolated in the house. And, thankfully I've got some great landlords who we have dinner at night, and I can see my grandson at a distance outside, once a week or so. But art really helps pull me through this. And the artist, I have meetings at least twice a week with other artists. I have a group from Maine I meet with. We challenge each other and give an assignment. We get together. This is good. Thank goodness we have technology and the internet now. We'd all be going crazy.
Well, let's play a couple more.
Yes, please.
Maybe I'll retune to an alternate tuning.
Love those. Is this a dad gad?
Yeah. We've spent a significant time touring in Europe, and over there we met a lot of very good Celtic musicians in Belgium for some reason. And,
amazing, incredible. We're so lucky to have encountered this community of world-class musicians who are also really fun to drink with.
But anyways, so I was saying, I just this is kind of a Celtic tuning for backing up traditional tunes, and I've used it a lot for songwriting lately. So maybe we'll do Naked.
Yeah, this is a song Ryan wrote, inspired by our travels. I wish we could take Bella the dog with us when we go to Europe on
It might
tour.
be tough to come home.
Yeah, they might not let us back in. Man, it's so wonderful and awful to think about traveling, We have all these incredible memories and I'm so grateful for them. But also I long for the day
Yeah.
we can get back out there. Miss all our peeps.
Well, this song's called Naked. It's on an upcoming album we have called Asteroids that Should be out sometime this summer, hopefully.
We don't know. Could be. We're gonna play this and then one more song. We want to give another huge thank you to the Rouleau Real Estate Group for inviting us to do this, to be part of their concert series. Definitely check them out for all your mountain real estate needs.
Never been down in New Orleans, never been out west of California. Though we rise on the slide, the grapevine bite and fly off everywhere we wanted. Pull off all your feathers and let's finally taste the wind. Been banking on the bad times, never but the good times. Have fun, naked in the moonlight, naked in the morning sun. Cover your eyes, stay covered in lies. Keep telling yourself you will live fun. We were hypnotized by bitter dreams, by mansions built of fable. Old promises that pick you up just to keep you in your stable. Now you're the ghost of a stallion chasing the moon, fed on flames of blood. Sing so sweet, shake the earth to fill it up with love. Naked in the moonlight, naked in the morning sun. Cover your eyes, stay covered in lies. Keep telling yourself that you already won. Hey. Chasing those breaking waves. I was restless as the cold, cold wind. Hey. Naked in the moonlight, naked in the morning sun. Cover your eyes, stay covered in lies. Keep telling yourself that you know it. Naked in the moonlight, naked in the morning sun. Cover your eyes, stay covered in lies. Keep telling yourself that you know it. Hey. Naked.
Megan!
What advice do you have for the beginner artist or someone who's kind of nervous to begin?
Yeah, I've worked a lot with beginner artists. And as I said earlier, a lot of them go, oh, I can't draw a stick man. Well, you don't want to. And one of the things I've learned to, let people loosen up and not, we're so used, again, to being judged. If you're going to draw, there's always a teacher there in school looking at you. How good are you, or your peers or something. And that adults are harder to teach than kids. Kids just do it.
Yeah.
Adults, you have to get them back to that kid inside. Pablo Picasso talks about that, about when you grow up, keeping that child inside. And that's what's the important thing. One connection I find for most adults is, can you write? Can you write cursive at all? And usually, yes. And if you can do that, you can draw. And then I start very basically with two-dimensional lines, circle here this way, and then we move into putting together some two-dimensional objects like a circle and a square or a triangle, and then you can draw something inside that. Like certain flowers, if you look at a lily like this, it's basically a triangle. So you just get them to draw a triangle and then show them how to put a few lines in there. And then you move on to three-dimensional. So the circle becomes a sphere, the square a cube, and then you start building more three-dimensionally. And that's what I did. This class I'm doing right now is 2 hours for a week for 4 weeks. And I've got to get what some of these ladies have been doing, because when they started, they were like, I can't do anything. And they are doing it. They're surprising themselves because they're allowing themselves to relax into it and enjoy it.
That's
So the other thing is you can always go abstract,
right.
you know, just put it up there, have fun with it. Find some photograph, cut out something out of a magazine, maybe cut a little tiny piece of it and just try to color that on a piece of paper or something. So I know a lot of people don't have supplies in the house right now. I know a local art store. Can I say the local art store?
Yeah.
Okay, Cheap Joe's. You can order online and then this curbside pickup, or you can make an appointment. Also, a lot of online sellers, Dick Blick, Amazon, you can get a lot of art supplies. But we designed this program we're doing right now as if they had nothing except what they had in the house. So I figured printer paper and a number 2 pencil.
Right.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's what we started with. So you can do it with anything.
That's amazing. You're such a great teacher.
I love it.
Is there
I'd rather do more teaching than what I'm doing right now. Since I moved down here, I'm working at a local winery, and I love that, and I love the people, but art is where I really want to be, especially teaching. I love teaching.
just a natural teacher? I can feel it.
Can't help myself.
Well, is there anything else that you wanted to share about you or your art or the art community? Anything?
Wow, I think we've gone through a lot.
We have.
I know, I love doing it. And one thing that one of my friends has always told me, he's like, you're not good at marketing. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But a lot of artists aren't.
Yeah.
It's just not built into us. So I kind of put it out there, and if it touches somebody, they come and get it. That's fine. I'll get it to them. I have a stack of paintings right now, but there's shows coming up and things. For people, you know, try things. I have YouTube videos out there. My website and YouTube is Traveling Artista. And follow some of those. The YouTube videos right now are free. There's some basic beginning. I'll tell you, 2 months ago when all this happened, I had been wanting to do some online videos for years. I'm like, this is it. I've got to do it. So the first ones, excuse the pun, are really sketchy. They're pretty sketchy. But I've revamped my lighting and my setup, and without spending a lot of money. And you can do it. So watch the videos, try things out, experiment, email me. I'll answer questions. Find me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm all over.
Well, you're such a beautiful person, Terry.
Oh, you're sweet. That'd be nice.
Thank you.
I know. I can't wait so you and I can get together and visit, you know, close.
I know. I miss you. Our wine nights, they're so epic. I miss them so much.
I know. I don't think we're doing anything today, but I know the wine nights here. We do them here every now and then.
Yeah.
They're good cooks. My landlords are good cooks.
Oh, they're so good.
We get out the good wine.
We made over bread yesterday, and we had it for breakfast. We just cut it up, put butter on it, and that was our breakfast this morning.
Oh, so good. Well, your eggs. We've been eating your eggs like crazy. They're wonderful.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on
Oh,
and
you're welcome.
sharing your gift with us. I love looking at your pieces. They're all so different and
Eclectic.
eclectic. Yeah,
That's
and
great.
that's really beautiful to me because each one means something different to you, and you can see that. You know.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
And I think some people say like my style, I guess, is recognizable throughout, but not as much as other people who paint like the same kind of subject and the same style all the time. I like variety. Look at Picasso. My gosh, he was always changing.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I do love it. And I so appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for joining us. We're so honored, Terrilynn.
I'm honored as well.
If you would like to see more of Terrilynn Debreuil's beautiful artwork, you can find her on Instagram, Facebook, her website.
YouTube, website.
I'll link them all right here, and we'll put them in the comment section as well, so you can just click on the link to see more of her beautiful pieces.
Thank you. And I am a traveling artista because a friend told me way back, your name is just too hard to say and spell, and nobody can. So go with something.
Beautiful.
Excellent. Well, thank you. It's been an honor.
Wonderful. Thank you, Terrilynn. You're the best.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Do you want to play Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
Wow.
No?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not finish it out with a classic of American cinema? Once again, we are The Moon and You, here all the way from nowhere.
From the internet.
This is where we live.
Yeah, upside down. If you like what you hear, y'all, we're playing live streams every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
And you can find that at our Moon and You Facebook page.
Yeah, it's just facebook.com/themoonandyou. You can tune in on Saturday nights, or you can just watch it any old time, because the videos stay up on the band page forever, I guess. Yeah, this has been just delightful. We're thrilled to be part of the Rouleau Real Estate Group's concert series. You can find them at 866 Haywood Road in West Asheville, next to the 103.3 radio station. Troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why can, oh, why can't if happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? We wish you well. We wish you happiness and health and safety and kindness.
And happy spring and summer.
Please get some sunshine on your skin.
Doctor's orders.
Yeah. Thanks, y'all. We're the Moon and You. Goodbye.
She was snoring so loud. I'm like, shh.
Did she fall asleep?
Yes.
Funny.